This is Señorita Sabrosura. Welcome back to another album review. And I'm here today joined by the Shield Dude on a couch. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Of course, of course. Welcome back. It's good to have you back here. And we're here today to talk about the new album it's a self-titled album, Sharon Van Etten and the Attachment Theory that we're gonna put here the album cover so you can see it. um, it's to have a little background from Sharon Van Etten and Detachment Theory. Sharon Van Etten has been doing music for a long time, but this is the first album she does in collaboration with the band, and they call the band the Attachment Theory. This album was released on February 7, and it's 10 songs, 45 minutes. And when we talk on our most anticipated albums, uh, this was one of my on my list. And what I read is that she was touring with her band and she became bored with her own voice. So she asked the band members if they could jam. Well, like when you're playing like a tour, the same songs over and over, you could get bored. So she asked them if they could just jam, and they did, and she got super inspired, and the jam led to a full Latin album, and it's this one. And when she started, she was like more folksy, more like singer-songwriter. But on the last albums, and especially on this one, she has moved toward a more dark post-punk vibe.
Yeah, kind of electronic vibes as
Yeah,
well.
more electronic, more sings, bassline, driven songs. So I'm curious, what do you think? What was your first impression when you listened to this album?
So I was reminded of like a she reminded me of like a Chelsea Wolf and PJ Harvey type of vibes
Nice.
to the music. When you told me the name Sharon Band, I'm like, who? I've never listened. I've never listened to her in my life. So I went into this blind. I also know that our good friend, the Green Man, also reviewed this on his channel. And we all three need to make more videos together because we kind of like some similar stuff sometimes. So, but I had never heard of this. So actually, I listened to this without listening any singles.
Okay.
I listened to this as a whole. So I don't know which songs were the singles because I listened to it as a whole album to have that whole album experience. So listen to it at least like four times the album to get more of a vibe to it. And I have a this album should have a advisory: do not listen to it driving.
It's very chill.
It's too chill sometimes, but yeah, no. My first impressions. First of all, I liked her voice. I think she has a great voice. She can sing pretty, and I like the way the album flows. Uh, so, and I felt also the lyrics were interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, my initial thoughts. Yeah.
Yeah, good first impressions. Well, I think I listened like two of the singles, but I when listening to the whole album, I enjoy it even more. I think this is my second favorite of this year so far. I love that this record is more bass driven. It remind me Joy Division, New Order, Susie and the Banshees. And I like that she explores like a range of different vocal approaches. Like sometimes the way she uses her voice, like different songs. And I don't know if it's true, but I felt like maybe some Vincent, the smile could inspire someone like Sharon Van Etten for this album because she experimented more. And I applaud her, like she's like to start like a new band and everything after you are like really established. It's very brave, and I feel like it paid off. Uh, I read that the record was produced by Marta Salogni, and that producer has worked with a lot of big artists like Depeche Mode. You remember the album we like, Memento Mori?
Yeah,
It was produced by the same producer that produced this album, and that producer Marta has worked with Björk, Bon Iver, the XX, and like big artists.
yeah. I
So
just
I
remember there's another artist that it kind of reminds me a little bit of. Like I thought of Florence and the Machine as well.
yeah, like I think she mentioned Kate Bush as an inspiration, and Kate Bush inspired all these artists like Florence
Yes,
and
she's
um.
the 80s. Yeah,
So as a first listen, like I really enjoy it, and like you said, I like the flow of the album, and even though it has like some chill songs, it has other songs that are very upbeat and more disco vibe. I'm
yeah.
curious, what were your favorite tracks of the album?
So I like uh the first three songs, Live Forever, Afterlife, and Idiot Bugs, I think are very good. Uh so Afterlife, I was listening to that driving and I'm like, if I keep listening to this, you're going to see me in the afterlife because it's too chill and it has like some electronic vibes to it. Live Forever, at first I thought it was gonna be an Oasis cover. No, I'm kidding.
I felt like it was the answer because
Yeah,
Oasis is
yeah.
asking live forever, and she's like,
It's like
who wants to
who
live forever?
yeah, just imagine the pain in the ass if you have to live forever. First of all, you can never retire. You need to keep working. You're going to pay taxes all the time. No, there's no, 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 no. I don't want to live forever. Plus, if you live forever and everyone else dies, it's a lonely life, man.
Yep.
So, and but the track that I thought that I really enjoyed, beside those, and it's because it's more rocking, is Indio. Because that one has like more like a psychedelic rock. I thought of like like the Doors, but more faster. I thought like this track is like, yeah, she took some acid. She's and they're like, Indio. And like, well, most of this record feels like it's a trip of some sort, if you ask me.
Okay, yeah, nice. Yeah, Live Forever remind me a little bit the music of Boards of Canada, like that pulsating question, the urgent beat. Afterlife, I read it was written after one of her biggest fans passed away. So she wrote that song for I don't know if it was a man or a woman. I only read it was like the biggest fan of Sharon. So, and you could feel like the sadness, but also hope at the same time. Um, Idiot Box was one of my favorite tracks, and as soon as I listened to that track, I said, "This is New Order." And it's because the guitar riff at the beginning is from one of the songs from by New Order. But I also
Yeah,
enjoyed
that's a great track.
yeah, I also enjoyed the lyrics of that track. All these things we think we lack, all the things we can get back. And of course, it's criticizing idiot books, what you call the TV, but also it's what they're calling now the smartphones because people are like submerged in this idiot box,
Yeah, but it's
literally.
smaller than a box, but yeah. But
uh,
I think that was one of the singles, right?
I think so, yeah. I think it
Because
was the
when
last
I
single.
streaming it, it looks like it had a music video. So I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm guessing that's
Uh,
like a single.
Yeah, I think it was like the last single. I'm not sure, but yeah, it was one of the singles. I also enjoy Trouble, because most of these songs are like bass driven, and I enjoy that. And India, I really like it too. It remind me a Stereolab song. Even the voice, the way she sings, it's very Stereolab, and it was one of the more upbeat songs.
You know what I felt when I was listening to that track? Uh, I was wondering about that that dude in the Prodigy concert in 2009 that was hugging the
Wow.
tree. I, don't- I was thinking, I hope he's okay. Uh, if you're that dude that was hugging the tree in 2009 Puerto Rico, comment down below. Are you okay? And what shit did you take that night?
um Eh, I can't imagine why you feel this way. For me,
Absolutely.
that song is very playful, very disco vibes. It's another upbeat song, and it reminds me of Blondie or the new Saint Vincent.
Yeah, that one had like a more like a and it needed like a push of adrenaline at that time for the record.
Yeah, and another of the favorites for me was Something Ain't Right. It's post-punk driven bassline, but it also have those guitars that feel very New Order, but the bass is very Peter Hook, very hooky. And I like it, and I don't know if other people catch it. At the end, it does a reference to a song by Talking Heads, and the same as it ever was. That
Uh,
ending is a reference. Well, I'm a big fan of Talking Heads, so
yes,
I
it
catch
went
it.
over my head.
And I know another song that she's like promoting a lot. I don't know if it was a single, I don't remember. It's Southern Life, What It Must Be Like. That song remind me of Pure Morning by Placebo, or maybe something by The Cure, the guitars. It's very gut vibes, but I like the lyrics too. I think I enjoy the whole album.
Do you?
I, I was gonna ask you, what do you think about Fading Beauty? The one of the last songs.
I think that's one of the most chill ones, right?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
felt like that was it's a good song, but I felt it was out of place. It's like very chill for the end, uh
yeah.
ambient cinematic.
The thing is, like almost at the end of this record, uh, I needed like a kick in the pants. It went too chill. I'm
Because
like,
it has like
mhm,
those three songs, very disco, very upbeat. The Indio, I
yeah,
Can Imagine, and Something Ain't Right. But then it goes to chill again.
yeah. Because I Want You Here is like a beat pace, like type of ballad type
Yeah,
of track, like very mournful. I think I like that one too. I think that one was talking about like I'm guessing missing, wanting to be with your a significant other.
yeah.
Uh, so like Wish You Were Here by Incubus, but less rocking, more chill
More
vibes.
chill.
But yeah, like almost at the end, like there were some parts in the album that I was glad that they put something more like uh lively because like not that I was bored, but like it couldn't be too like if it's too chill all the time, you would have that was my problem with the last Cigarettes After Sex record.
Yeah, it was.
It was too monotone. This one is way better.
Yes.
This because this album I like it that it feels almost like you know she was working with the band. It feels like it's like a long jam.
Yeah.
Like they're jamming, they're taking something. I want to know if they did this album completely sober, but I don't know. You know, I don't know her
I don't
uh,
know.
as an artist, but and when I look at the picture of the album artwork, which is right there, look like they're like tripping on something.
Yeah, and
So
the picture is like a little blurry.
yeah, which I thought it gave it like a retro. type of vibes
Yeah.
to it,
Yeah.
but with some modern stuff.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. It felt like they went like from chill to upbeat to chill again. And that's what happens when you're tripping too. Like you go up and down.
Just ask that dude that was hugging the tree.
Please let us know you're okay.
Yes. So
And
yeah.
what are your final thoughts on the album?
So you should, like, this is not something that I will listen to all the time, but it reminded me of last year when I listened to that Beth Gibbons album.
Okay.
Totally different sounds,
Yeah.
because that Beth Gibbons album is like more acoustic. It's kind of chill too, but it's like a different. But it's like an album that I respect, and I think it's really good. It's not something that I usually listen to, but definitely it was this morning listening to it, having some coffee. It was like a good morning record. Not driving, but
Not
like
driving. Oh,
not
I
driving,
listened to it this morning too, drinking coffee. So
drinking coffee, not driving. It's like when you listen to that Incubus song, Aqueous Transmission, that it says you shouldn't drive to this song. Well, think of it as a whole album,
yeah.
because this album it's got like that. It almost feels like she's doing like a spoken word. Like I don't know, like her writing process, but it feels like these songs could have been written like in a free space moment, like just like a writing, like without like a stream of consciousness type of thing. That's what I felt from the music, at least. So my final thoughts, if I would give this a rating, I would say a solid 8.5 out of 10.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah.
it I just fell asleep a little bit. I need sometimes, but not something that I would listen to all the time, but a truly remarkable artist in music. And yeah, I listened to some of her other stuff,
Yeah.
which
There
yeah,
it's very good, but it been evolving without the years.
yeah. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. So I'm glad that you put this in my radar, and I got out of my comfort zone.
Yeah, sometimes it's good to get out of your comfort zone.
Yes.
And like you push me to listen to new stuff, so I'll push you to listen to new stuff. And this is a great record. I discovered her when I went to the Picture Festival to see Angel Olsen. She came in to because they have like a duo. So to do one song, and I was like, wow, she has a really good voice. So that's how I discovered her, and I've been following her since then. And I think I've been following more Sharon Van Etten from Angel Olsen, but I enjoy both. But this album, when I read that it was a different process to do it, jamming with the band, more collaboration. I was curious about how it's gonna be the collaboration because sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
And I like the result. I like that this is full of lush scenes. It has a lot of scenes. It have the guitars reverb, and it has those moments when the guitars are distorted. And but I what I like is
Uh,
more bass
like
driven.
shoegazy a little bit.
Some songs are more
Yeah.
shoegazy. Like
Yeah.
some songs remind me of Slow Dive, Stereolab. Uh and I feel like it has a lot of influence from Depeche Mode, Bowie, Joy Division, New Order, The Cures. The voice remind me a little sometimes of Susie Suze from Susie and the Banshees. So I enjoy it, and it's my favorite so far, my second favorite of this year so far. Uh,
I'm making a prediction. I'm
I,
predicting we'll
I'm,
see
I'm
this album in our top 5 albums of the year for 2025.
I don't know. We're still early on the year, but so far I have two, Mugwai and this one. And I like that this sounds very fresh, very new, very different from other things that she has done before. And she also feels like very rejuvenated, like new life. And for me, it's a 9.
Good score.
So, people, we want to know, what are your thoughts on Sharon Van Etten and the attachment theory? Have you listened to this album, and what are some of your favorite tracks? Do you like it or not? Let us know in the comments. Please share it with your friends so we can reach more people. And Hector, I want to thank you for reviewing this and doing this collaboration, going out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I want to ask you, what's new in your channel? What's coming up?
So, first of all, if you're watching this, uh, yesterday I had two album reviews, one for Obscura, which is technical death metal, but also one for Drop 19s, which is a shoegaze band that actually had a huge album in the 90s called Delaware. I don't know if I didn't know them. And
No, I
apparently
didn't
they
know them.
toured with Smashing Pumpkins, whole like different bands, and then they disappeared. Put out an album like 2 years ago, and this album is like their demo, but they
Okay,
never released their demo, so it's remastered. It's called 1991. So
okay.
it's shoegaze, and it's
I'm gonna check it
old
out.
shoegaze. Yeah, you will enjoy that one. But coming up this weekend, I may review three albums, but the one that I'm going to review before the weekend is the new Lacuna Coil, and probably I'll try to do Bleeding Through, and I think a band called Mantar, if I'm not mistaken. And there will be a new Is It That Bad this weekend. So
Okay.
yeah. And finally, also should have been bigger premieres this Wednesday this week. So
Nice.
lots of stuff going on.
Nice, nice, good. Uh, well, I know we're gonna have Sabrosura recommendations soon. Um, And we're gonna do a review with El Duderino from an album that was released in January that we missed. Something very different from what we normally listen to. So we have that next week. And we'll see. Well, we wanna thank you, and we'll see you soon with more reviews and more Sabrosura recommendations. Bye.